This is Replicant Fish. Smack that like button like your ex and subscribe for future content. The world is mine. How bitter, insulting, and salty for me to say that all women are the same. They have things that are different about them, but the overall package is the same. So is it a sense of, once you've dated one, you've dated them all? Once you've married one, you've married them all? Once you've smashed one, you've smashed them all? Once you understand one of them, you have to wonder, do you then understand all? Women have a pack-like mentality. You will find the majority of them into the exact same thing. They like the same things, act the same way, have very similar personalities, look the same, down to doing their makeup the same, down to using words the same. And along with the various personalities they have this one unified thought. This thought of entitlement. This thought that they are superior and any and everything else is inferior. Literally, if it does not concern her or make her feel good, then it's not important. By nature, women are selfish creatures. Some would say this is the survival tactic in women, where one would say they're hypergamous. They may say, well, why would they want to settle for a man that has nothing? And in that you could say, okay. But in understanding how selfish women are, especially modern women, we as men have to wonder, what are we getting out of this deal? You see, we're fooled to believe that her and her sex is sufficient. That she's different from this woman because she's less crazy, less angry, she's more freaky, she laughs at more of your jokes, she makes you feel more like a man, or you assume. To understand how selfish they are, you have to understand that they do not see how selfless we as men have to be just to be with them. For a creature that is so selfish, they have no grasp or even realization of how selfless we as men have to be for them, to be with them, to blindly love them beyond any rationality and logic. Because in loving a woman, in trying to be there for a woman, you are constantly giving and giving and giving to this woman. For them, this is normal because that's what they expect from you and all men. But understand, they do not see how selfless you and we are. They do not understand what you have to give up or set aside for them. And they do not understand you do these selfless things because you care. They say we as men lack feelings and emotions, when just to be with a woman is a very deep emotion for a man. Some would say, oh, it's just sex, yeah, you're just having sex with this woman. But then again, think of what you would tolerate as a man just to be with her. Oh, her great conversations. Is that why you zone out when she's talking? You fade away when she's talking because she's talking absolute nonsense. The same things, they argue over the same things. And it's always a sense of what they want from you or what you aren't doing enough of. You don't have enough money. You aren't giving them enough time. You aren't giving them enough sex. You aren't putting enough energy and passion into this so-called relationship. You aren't giving her a sense of comfort. You aren't making her feel special, loved. You aren't making her feel like she is the most beautiful thing in the world. A constant want, a constant need. They say they are different, but in being women, modern women, entitled, narcissistic, think their crap does not stink, but lay a little closer, roses really smell like poo-poo or doo-doo. Some men roll over and say, this is bull. This is a steaming pile of bull. Why should I be so selfless to give myself to one of many of the same damn woman, the same creature, who lacks any real care for me? Her care is based on how much I care and do for her. We as modern men have to understand and see she is not yours. They are selfish enough to know and to tell you they are not yours. And even if they tell you they are yours, that's what they want you to believe, to keep you there in that frame of thinking. But the moment that bull hits the fan, she's gone, never to look back unless she needs something from you. Many men have looked upon women and thought, my God, I love this woman. But then, at a later date, they look upon the same woman and think, I hate you. And women do not understand how selfless we as men have to be just to be with them, how much we sacrifice just by being with them. Because they are all the same and they think the same, they continue to cut up and destroy men daily. And because they are so entitled, they then wonder why men want to do things their own way. Why men want to sing at the end of their life on that grand stage and say, I did it my way. And it's the arrogance in women to think that they are so great that there is no way a man would not want to be with a woman unless he's a homosexual, which I think is insulting to straight men and homosexuals, because women assume they are so great. There is no reason why you, a straight red-blooded man, could look upon a wet vagina and say, you know what, I'm okay. There are many simps behind me. They will devour it and lick the plate afterwards. Give it to them. And in understanding them, it's very easy for you to say that, because you then start to see the patterns as they are happening and before they happen. You can see what they're about to do and when they can do it because you understand. And when you understand them, you understand how better to maneuver around them. And even men that bust and move, in understanding the simple things, they are all the same. And she is not yours. It's just your turn. Understanding simple things like that clears up a lot of nonsense, a lot of lies and deception. It clears a lot of that up. Then you can look directly at the woman, because you know what this situation is. You are not fooling yourself, as many of us have and continue to do. Damn near everything about a woman is a lie. The way she looks, the way she walks, the way she acts. Because in public, they show you the public self. This is why many men have gotten with women and found out how crazy they really are. The mental illnesses they have, the pills they consume, the fragility of the modern woman. Those heels make her thus tall. Those yoga pants make her arse look like that. The makeup is an actual face they are painting on. The hair, more deception. Women spend so much time on their looks because they know how weak men are to fall for something about them. Her boobs, her arse, her legs, her overall body shape, her face, her hair, the way she talks, her head game, her sex game, the way she makes you feel confident, and then the way she takes all of that away. Women are very selfish creatures. We are very selfless. The moment you as a man understand, no, you yourself have to be selfish. You can't afford to be selfless to any of these modern women, because you will end up with just that, less, nothing. They are all the same, and in being the same, they all have the ability to drive you insane. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to help out my channel, links are in the description below. And never forget, very strange it is that men from all over the world have the exact same stories about supposed different women. One has to wonder. And from across the world, always remember, the world is yours. Have a nice day.